now that you're seeing your son growing up, and you're and in a way you're sort of harking back to, or you're looking back at when maybe you were at a similar stage, and you're seeing that maybe you did feel a certain insecurity because of the way you were, you're straight into a system, and the things that you say publicly, and as you were just saying there, that what you say publicly, you're just taking the mickey, but it's taken another way. But when you're expected to say things, when you're put up as British cyclist Bradley Wiggins, or Team Sky cyclist, Steve Cummings, Bradley Wiggins, it's and the things that you say to the media are the things that you're expected to say, not necessarily what you think.
Well, not necessarily. See, so I always said what I thought. I used to get trouble for it. You see, and that's the problem. And then you get cast as a bit unpredictable, a bit loose, a bit shocking, because you don't say. But now everyone says what you're supposed to say. Whereas I always just and that amplifies your fame publicly, or either amplifies your fame, or it makes people hate you more. But I'll always endeavour to just be myself and continue to be myself, like on the motorbike this year at the Tour, and be it as a pundit.
For Eurosport, talking to the peloton,
I'd rather be that. I'd rather be me, and you're not doing it to be shocking. You're not doing it to be unpredictable or reckless, or walking around. It's not like you walk around like unpredictable, shocking, kicking pigeons up the arse and stuff. I actually consider myself quite intelligent, but not an intellect. And I don't mean that in a pompous way. I just mean that it's almost common sense, really. And the reason that you have that is that you have the ability to not really give a fuck and be stupid as anything. And that's it, really. And that's what the message I'm trying to get across is: don't think I'm anything special. Because I get called. The ones that come up to me and say you're a hero and a legend every day, I don't feel like one. She's had a lot of self-loathing problems and stuff, and trying to work out who I am and stuff. And I've only ever had praise through the whole of my adult life when I achieve something. And you never get it as a human being. Even from my growing up, parenting, dad and all that stuff got murdered, and you have to live out your adult life in the public eye and expect to ask questions on it. But then because I'm still in cycling, I get perceived as the perception I was 7 years ago, but I have changed. So don't assume I'm the same person. Only, not the public, but certain journalists, preloaded questions where they expect you to still be moody or whatever you were back then, or for certain reasons,
What do you say to people now when they do approach you and say, because you must still have it, and people say, "Oh, Brad, you're a hero," or "Steve, you must have this as well," to an extent,
Well, I just say that it's great because I was inspired by all the people I talk about now, and I love cycling, and their stuff means more to me than my stuff, and I'm glad it meant something to someone, which is fantastic. But then they say, or if someone says, you must polish that trophy, you must keep your medal somewhere safe every day. I don't keep it in a plastic bag, because they assume that is what you do with that stuff. But I don't. I smashed my sports personality trophy, smashed my knighthood in front of my kids, and chucked them in the flower bed.
Deliberately?
Yeah, to make a point to them. I wanted to show them that it's not the material item that we now polish on the mantelpiece for the rest of our lives to elevate Dad in our household as something special. That's not the success. The success is that I applied myself, like Steve did, to something, and the application sacrificed so much. Like Steve's wife, Nikki, I've known since you got with her, and I think you met her in SSS, didn't you? In Headswell.
I was chasing her for a while.
I remember you were saying, what do you think? But what I'm saying is that you don't see Nikki, and she's supported Steve through the whole, lived in Italy and flown back and done her day job, and that's the stuff you sacrifice as a cyclist, you see. And that's the application, and you come back to that when you retire, but you just get held to that perception for the first part of your life, 32 years, but I don't live off that now. I don't need that for self-worth and my ego. You've got to find that elsewhere. I don't need to go up to people and go, for them to say you're a hero and a legend, and then me feel good about myself. You've got to find other things to do that. Otherwise you're fucked for the rest of your life, seriously, because you cling on to it, and sportsmen try and do that, don't they? And then you end up with problems,